Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we are trying rye whiskey. I've got quite a bit of a range here from different parts of the country, different styles, different parts of our continent we're on. North America, we got a Canadian. Today joining me is Eric.
Oh, well, hello.
Hi,
Thanks for
Eric.
having me back.
Indeed. Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Whiskey's good.
Not just whiskey, but rye whiskey.
Rye whiskey, indeed. So today, we're going to be starting our fun little journey with a Laws whiskey from San Luis Valley in Colorado. They've been around since 2011, but didn't release their first whiskey until 2014. So they spent first 3 years not releasing any whiskey. I'm sure they did something to keep themselves going, but they didn't release any whiskey. This sits at a 47.5% alcohol. Then we'll be taking a look at Koval, which is a Chicago distillery sitting in the north side. They opened up in 2008. This one is at 80 proof, 40% ABV. Almost, as far as I can tell, every Koval releases as a single barrel whiskey, so that's kind of an interesting thing. Yeah, Chicago, Illinois. They're actually just a little northwest of Wrigley Field, if you are a baseball fan. They really don't need a lot of explanation. Everyone knows Jack Daniels. So this is a single barrel sitting at 47% alcohol or a 94 ABV. It's Jack Daniels and one of the prettiest little bottles I've ever seen. I have a couple. I have a regular whiskey one too, one of their signature regular whiskeys. And then the final one we have is Alberta Premium. It's a limited edition. This is a cask strength rye. This was one of their second release of this. Their first release was, I think, 2020, then 2021 this one came out. End of 2021 they had a third one come out. Yeah, obviously they're from Alberta. They're from 1940s something or another. They've been around for a while. So yeah, and this one is dangerous. 66%, so it's a little high. So we'll check out each one of these.
Glad we'll be finishing with that.
Yeah, that is the one to finish with. So yeah, these are the whiskeys we will be drinking. All ryes, all slightly different, and all delicious, hopefully. At least, I mean, that's what I'm hoping. My last episode, we had one I'm not a huge fan of. Recently found a couple others that I was not a big fan of. Not really going to probably film those. But either way, yeah, let's check these out. So, start with the Laws Colorado. Yeah, so Laws is Colorado. They're basically from Colorado. Have you ever had Laws before?
Do not believe so.
I got a synthetic cork. Just neat little pop. Very synthetic. But yeah, Laws makes a lot of different things. 4 grains, wheated, just a lot of different stuff in general. I'm gonna learn to pour without spilling. When it's close to me, not a problem. When I'm reaching out, not so good. But yeah, this is a little bit of clean to the glass. What are you smelling?
Smelling alcohol. Nothing came through on that first sniff. Let's see.
Yeah, that's hard to describe.
Nothing really jumping out at me right now. Off these first couple sniffs.
Sweet. It's sweet though.
It's sweet, but I don't know
what you're smelling.
I can't put the name to that sweetness.
It's almost a little fruity.
Very, very sugary.
It's sugary, but also a bit fruity. Like there's some complexity there, but it's hard to pinpoint exactly what I'm smelling. Oh, well, weird thought. Now I'm questioning. So, I smell dog food for some reason.
Huh. I'm not getting dog food.
Like when you open a bag of dog food to go to pour it for the dog and everything, you get a whiff, kind of like a smell. I got that and then sugar, which is weird. I'm not getting as much anymore.
It's just gotta be the graininess of the dog food.
Very strong chance, yeah. Like a cheap, grainy dog food, and you're getting that. It might literally be where I'm sitting and kind of get a little bit bready. Some type of spices. That's kind of what I'm getting. Kind of like it's kind of spiky, but not aggressively painful. I think it's rounded off by the sweetness. I wish I had better notes. This is different than what I'm used to. It's definitely different than what I'm used to. I tasted this one before, but it was quite a long time ago. Same thing with the Koval. So that'll be interesting too. But I mean, it doesn't smell bad. Just hard to pinpoint. It's really weird.
It's a very attractive scent.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask me what this smell was,
I would just be
any
like,
of these notes,
alcohol. Some kind of alcohol.
It's sweet, a little grainy. What that sweetness is, what those grains are that I'm smelling right now, I can't tell you.
Yeah. I like it though. You ready to taste it?
I'm ready.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What? Very sweet initially. What hits me initially is a very nice sweetness. And then there's a spike of some type of, maybe it's caraway seed or some type of, it literally is reminding me of rye bread a bit. The caraway seed and rye bread. I've gotten this on something else too. Can't remember off the top of my head. But it's very sweet with it too. Huh. It's not bad. There's a bit of alcohol burn for me though.
A little bit of a warmth. I do enjoy it though.
Yeah. It's more...
That sweetness. What is
Yeah.
that? I am enjoying it.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's different though than what I'm used to. It is, for 47%, it actually... 47.5, sorry. Focus camera. 47.5. I think it has more burn than you would expect for that proof. But it's not... It's got burn, but it never hurts. It's letting you know it's there. It's definitely letting you know it's there. But never gets to the point where it's aggressive and painful. So, yeah. It's good though. I would say.
Oh, I definitely like it. Can't. Even after drink, I don't have anything jumping out at me. I am getting a little bit of that spicy.
It doesn't, I wouldn't say it's amazing for me. I don't think I'd ever go out of my way to get this personally. And I think that's why I still only have a mini bottle and I haven't gotten like a full-size one. But if someone handed me this, I wouldn't even think for a second to say no. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, sure. I'll sip on this for a little bit. I mean, it's good. It's good. Washing our glasses and everything. Getting ready for the Koval. Koval's next. Have you ever had Koval?
No.
Good. So the first two are definitely something you haven't tried and I have had very limited experience with. I don't remember if either of these were ones I particularly loved, liked, or not. And I've been more wrapped up with bourbons and scotches, so I haven't been focusing a whole lot on ryes. But let's see if this changes my mind. So this is another craft distillery, kind of a smaller one from Chicago. Yeah, this is the lowest ABV out of the bunch, sitting at 40%. Another synthetic cork, the exact same thing, pretty much. Oh, good lord, this is tight. Okay. Tight fit. Slightly a different cut on it, probably because different opening. But yeah, this is. I have a small little sample pack, and I really did like what they had for the bourbon. I don't remember the rye. I wasn't super focused on the rye, but I can smell it already. Smell it before, just sitting in the glass actually, and the little tiny drop I had. That's different. That is definitely different than the last one. This smells really good though.
It was hard not to just dive in after that sip.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Very sweet, almost dessert sweetness coming from it. I'm getting like the glaze you get on a donut sweetness.
Yeah, this is
actually just smells like a glazed donut.
It's bringing me into Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Like when you walk into Krispy Kreme and that hot donut sign is on and they're glazing, they got that Cavero going and the glaze is going over those donuts.
Yeah.
That's where I am right now.
I absolutely agree. It's a yeasty glazed donut.
Ooh.
Wow, that's weird. A little bit of spice to it though too. I can sense a little bit of like pepper too. There's a bit of pepper. Like somebody's got a pepper mill near you and they're just cracking the pepper. And you're just like, donuts and pepper. All right.
Cracked pepper and some Krispy Kreme donuts.
I could live in this nose too. It's actually really good. It's very solid.
I've brought it back up to my nose 20 times now.
Just getting little bits of life on it. Got a nice bit of it's actually very dense. Actually, this is denser, at least from the oil that I see, than I would have expected at 80%. Because 80%, you're cutting it with water. Tends to lower the oil content, lowers a lot of stuff, but this is surprisingly oily. Maybe they really did put a donut in here.
I'll tell you if they did. Koval's my new favorite distillery.
It's a single barrel though too. So like I said, single barrel, it's definitely going to have a bit more something to it. Koval opened in 2008. So they're just like Laws, they're relatively new. Only been around for 14 years now. You ready to taste this thing? I mean, I keep trying to live in the nose, but you gotta eventually taste it. All right, just hoping
it lives up to the nose.
Yeah, hoping it even remotely lives up. If it's good, then it's still something. Like I could sip on this type of thing if the mouth taste even gets 75% of the way. All right, go for it. Very soft, but not in a negative way. No mouth burn, but it's warm going down.
It's a dessert.
Yeah,
Like
it really is. Very soft.
This is a nice. Pour yourself a glass after dinner.
It's got a cooling, rich sweetness with a nice warmth that never burns.
Yeah.
I almost taste the Krispy Kreme donut. Not necessarily the donut, but I definitely get the glaze. Man, that's good though.
It is. Yeah.
This is underrated.
Very subtle.
Why do I not have more of this?
Everything about it.
Wow.
Other than the nose. which was amazing.
Yeah.
It's just very subtle.
Yep.
But not underwhelming.
No. By no means does it. It doesn't just disappear. It's there. It wants you to know it's there, but it's very well stated, pretty much. Short, sweet, simple, delicious, well stated. It's good. Yeah, the nose. I wouldn't say the nose is better. I think it's just slight. It's a different version of what you get in the taste. Because it's a more not muted. Muted makes it sound like it's underwhelming.
Yeah.
But it's very unaggressive. It's very
just very soft,
gentle.
very easy sipping. Just
that's good. That is, I like it better than Laws. Laws was good, but I actually might go get myself one of these.
We might as well take a trip up by Wrigley.
Yeah, actually, it would be cool to check out the distillery if they do distillery tours. I've done the other Chicago distillery. Few. Thank you. I did Few. Few was really cool. They had a great atmosphere, cool people. I like the fact that it was basically like a speakeasy. But yeah, up to Wrigleyville I go apparently. So I would definitely say that was very good. As prior stated, the Tennessee distillery needs not much introduction at all. So Jack Daniel's does make rye. Most people just straight up drink their Tennessee whiskey. Their rye is... Have you had their rye?
I've not had the rye.
I've
only had a couple of ryes. And I know Jack Daniel's was not one of them.
This is sitting at nearly the same alcohol as the Laws. Laws is literally 0.5% more. So we'll have actually kind of a base to see which one gives a little bit more burn. We'll have a nice interesting, because this is also a single barrel. It was bottled in 2019. Barrel number 19-03061. Rickhouse number 19. Alright. So there's the information if you want to try to get a hold of one that's similar, or if you see this and we loved it, you want to grab it, or if you see this, we didn't like it, avoid it, unless you like the flavor profile of what it stood for. But yeah. Also, the last one of these that I opened, this had one of the nicest sounds I've ever opened for a bottle. So let's see if the rye lives up to the same acoustics. Oh my god, yeah, I love that one. Nice squeak, nice pop. Okay, Jack, you made a fantastic sounding bottle. Give myself a teeny bit more. So, test this one. And, ooh, nice squeak on its way back in, too. Test this one and see how this one goes. Alright, Jack, what you got for us? Swirl it around a little bit, see how the sticks to the glass. Ooh, that's much thinner. That is much, much thinner. The lines on it are incredibly thin. It is also, I'm gonna assume, just like their whiskey, they probably filter it through charcoal, which would definitely eliminate a lot of the oil. A lot of the oil would stick behind, so it makes sense.
And it definitely goes through the charcoal.
What do you think of the nose?
Very peppery.
I get a candied sweetness. Not like a fruity, not like a baking sugar, not like...
I had a very strong peppery at first. Kind of, going back to it, the peppers kind of subsided a little bit. There's definitely a little bit of a sweetness under it.
It's like a rock candy sweetness. I get the pepper.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of wood. A little bit of wood.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get the spicy pepper note, but the wood doesn't quite stand out. I actually get a tiny bit of wood. Very tiny bit. I get that pepper, same as him. I get a candied sweetness on the back end. Not bad. Certainly not bad. Not one I could live in. It's okay.
Well, I mean, after Colville, I don't think anything's gonna nose just as well, but...
It's not bad, though. Want to try it?
Just go in.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I can taste that pepper.
Yep. It was very subtle and gentle at first, and then that pepper just kind of roars. It's subsiding now. Now it's gone. Everything's gone except for a vague, very gentle, nice sweetness. With some complexity that I can't put my finger on. The sweetness has some type of note with it. Almost a nuttiness. Now it's gone. Dang, before I could identify it's gone. It's still
pepper
sweet,
comes
but...
in strong. Dissipates pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then what you're left with is a sweetness that dissipates just as quick as that pepper. I'm trying to pinpoint that sweetness, and I got nothing left in my mouth.
Yeah, it's gone. It was
very
I was
quick finish.
I was trying to figure out what it was too, because I got the sweetness, and then there was something else to it, and it was like, okay, what's this complexity behind the sweetness that I can't quite pinpoint? And it's gone. And I got a tiny bit left in my glass. I'm just gonna go in and see if I can try to figure that one out. Roar. Yeah, I can't figure it out. My palate's not developed enough. Honestly, I would have to probably sit with a glass sipping it for a while to try to bring up whatever that flavor is. If I ever go back to this bottle and kind of locate what that is, or figure out what I was tasting, you'll probably be seeing it on screen or something along those lines. It's good. I'm okay. I'm glad I bought this. But it's
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's not a front runner for anything, but it's good.
I mean, it's a good bottle of rye.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 375 milliliter bottle. It's a smaller bottle, and I got this for, I think it was $18, which is actually a really good price, especially since the regular single barrel is like $40, I think. Well, I can't remember exactly how much, but I got it for 18. That's all I remember. And I remember looking at the full bottle and like, actually, that's a good deal. I'm gonna just grab this. Yeah. It's good though. Do you have any? Would you turn it down if someone handed it?
Oh, definitely not.
Would you turn it down for $18 to have that small bottle?
If I was going into the store, I was looking to get a rye, and I wanted something that's not going to break the bank.
Fair enough.
I think it.
So you were here for the episode.
If they didn't have Colville,
okay.
I was like, you know what?
Very fair.
That Jack single barrel rye was pretty good.
So, you were here for the Bottle and Bond episode. We had that Evan Williams. It was $18. It's that white label Evan Williams. Do you remember that one at all?
No.
Okay. I was just going to say, because that's relatively the same price point. If you were going in the store, I'm assuming you're probably going to buy a bourbon over a rye, though?
Usually, yeah.
Usually, okay.
Yeah.
So, even though it's at the relatively same price point, you get twice as much. That's irrelevant. You're just going for the bourbon, typically. A rye, at least for me, is something you just kind of have a couple of to kind of round out your collection, just to be like, well, if people like Ryes, I gotta have a couple or one or two just to satisfy somebody who wants to have that if you're having your bar or something like that. So for me, that's my thought process, but that's probably why I bought it. Like, you gotta have at least one rye. Otherwise, I got these two dinky little bottles, which I'll give them a taste, and then I'll have to go buy another one because they're really not that big, especially at Laws. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Nothing special to write home about, but to me, that's honestly Jack in of itself.
Yeah, I think Jack is a very middle of the road distillery.
Very, very famous.
I mean, at least not like we're talking. There's straight Tennessee whiskey. This one there's other stuff that I've had from Jack that has been very good.
Yeah, I have a single barrel proof one that I absolutely adore. I bought 2 of the bottles and they're the same size.
I know there was a Jack that we had here.
Yeah.
For one of these.
Yeah, I think it was
also,
that one actually.
It probably was, and I remember that being very good.
Yeah, yeah. But I wonder if they have I would have liked to have tried this one and maybe barrel proof. A little higher proof, maybe a little more flavor to it, just kind of what was in there. But this particular one was pretty solid, but never amazing.
Something that hangs on there for a little bit longer.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
A little bit longer. I could have used a little bit longer of a finish.
Yeah, because that sweetness is there, and you're like, ooh, there's something, and it's gone. I can't even figure out what it is.
And it was gone.
Yeah. Good, intriguing, and then gone. It's like, you son of a.
Here I am, and now I'm gone.
Yeah, so our last one for the day is going to be the only one that I bought an actual bottle of. Full big bottle. 750 milliliters. It is a Canadian rye. The only one from the Great White North. Canada. So yeah,
north of the border for this one.
Yeah, this one's take that off. This is the only one that has a disappointing. Damn it. And I have to censor myself. So this one was I'd seen it in another episode. Someone else had done. I can't remember who it was. I'll probably leave a link in the description of who it was. Please check it out, because I think theirs was the first release of this. Slightly different proof. When I'd seen this one, it was a slightly higher proof. I hadn't seen anybody reviewing it at the time, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get my hands on this. You know, it's a higher proof. It might have a little more something interesting. I can always cut it if I don't like it. Because the last one, the one that they had tried, they had ranted, raved, really liked it, which is they had described themselves as not really rye drinkers, and I myself am not much of a rye drinker. I will gladly taste it clearly, but I am not a major rye drinker. So yeah, Alberta Premium is from Alberta, Canada, as probably to be expected. Yeah, let's give this one a pour. I have had this one, and sometimes when you go back to something, it changes, or your taste buds change, or everything else. So I'm just gonna go in fresh and just open mind and see what I see. And besides the fact I can't remember the tasting notes, I just remember my overall opinion of it, which could change right here. So we'll see. Giving a swirl. This is also weirdly really thin for 66%. There is not a lot of cling on the glass in this. Huh. I don't remember. But there is not a lot of cling. I'm going in for smell. 66 proof. Of course, I get immediately ethanol vapors.
Went a little deep after the first couple weren't as strong.
Baking spices. Not it's like Italian minus the garlic. I get a sweetness.
A little bit of spicy. Good amount of sweet.
There's something. Oh. The heck is that? There is something that definitely jumped out to me. I got some type of like spiced. Is it anise? Oh, not quite. Huh. I also get a fruity sweetness too.
A very familiar smell behind this. One of those things where it's like, I know this.
My brain's screaming at me right
now. And then once someone says what it is that I'm missing,
yeah,
all the connections will fall in place. But yes,
that's
what it is, and that's why I know it.
God, this is killing me.
I mean, this is something that just brings me back home.
It's
really
good.
Like, I just feel like I'm
gingerbread cookie.
Yes. I was gonna say this brings me back to, like, in the kitchen, Thanksgiving, trying to, like, pick off a little bit of the skin before the plates go out. Like, but you said gingerbread, I was like, yes, I am. Something
roasted with spices.
No, it's...
And I get a bit of gingerbread cookie.
Like roasted chestnuts.
Yeah.
I feel like this is...
more Christmas.
It's a Christmas dinner, not the Thanksgiving dinner that this is bringing me to.
You just thought of a dinner, big special dinner, and you went, oh, Thanksgiving's there.
Yeah, but no.
It's don't get me wrong, all those scents are incredibly limited. They're very light and faint. They're not super strong, but you get them enough to make your brain kind of go, oh my god, I know this. But it's not dense. It's a very gentle. I've used that before today, but gentle is the best way to describe it. It's not overpowering. A faint wisp of dessert coming from the other room waiting for you.
Right now, I am sitting on the floor underneath the Christmas tree, counting my presents on Christmas Eve, waiting for family to come over for Christmas dinner.
I still don't think this is the best nose of the bunch, but I like it a lot. Sir, cheers. Does not drink like 132 proof.
Well, I got a good burn.
Oh, I did too, but 132? I've had 110 burn way more. Oh, nope. It is burning going down. That is super warm on my chest. The mouth didn't kill me. The chest, it's very warm. Doesn't hurt, but it is.
Starting with the soft palate down.
Yeah.
It makes itself known. That's 66%. It's all in the back.
Sweet. I don't get the gingerbread on the taste. I get pepper, some of the baking spices, caraway seed, very warm, inviting flavors. Sweet, warm, inviting flavors. I think that's why I definitely stuck to the gingerbread cookie. It's very warm and inviting, but it does not get aggressive on your palate, but your chest is borderline. It's going to hurt. You're feeling it. You're like bracing for it, and it just rides that line like it's gonna really hurt, and then it never quite does, but it is incredibly warm. And you're just like, bracing for it, but it never quite hits there, for me personally.
No, I'm right at that uncomfortable level where it's... I can manage it, like...
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like... Especially, like, now that I start talking again. It's gone.
Yeah.
But... It's that level where it's... Not like the Koval or the Laws were no burn at all.
I'm dropping the cap to my bottle of water. I'm cutting this to see if there's anything interesting I can pull out of this. Ooh, the scent got a lot sweeter. A lot sweeter. Holy cow. The mouthfeel isn't amazing. None of these really stuck to the teeth or anything. Koval was the closest. There wasn't any velvety textures. They were all relatively, they were good though. Okay. Alright. I feel you. Burn is drastically reduced. Very sweet. It's like a spicy cookie, peppery cookie. A little bready. I would like to say I taste the rye, to be honest, like a rye bread and some sweet cookies. And it's good. I don't know if I like it better with the water. I would say I like it as much, but in a different way. Eric has to drive, so I wouldn't recommend having another one of those, cutting it or not.
Eric does have to drive.
Eric will be waiting a little bit till he's good to drive, but still, that just means more waiting if he drinks any more of that. So, but regardless, yeah, I like that. I really like that a lot. Did you like this though? Was this something you liked?
Oh no, I enjoyed every one of them.
Okay. So for me, personally, I'm going to go 1 for the uniqueness, 2, no correction, 1, 2, then this, then the Jack. So Koval's my winner personally. I like the Alberta Premium behind it. Laws for its uniqueness, it was good. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. And Jack, actually, you know what? I think I put the Jack in front of Laws. Just the flavor was, I could drink it more often, I think. I like the Laws, don't get me wrong. It's just not ahead of the Jack for me. I recant my prior statement. Koval, Alberta. So Koval, Alberta, Jack, Laws. So yeah, that's my personal.
I would just, me personally, I would switch the Jack and the Alberta.
Yeah.
I would go Koval, Jack, Alberta, Laws.
Fair enough. I mean, okay. So I can definitely see why, as the Alberta Premium is once in a giant while. It's got a lot of burn. Are you really up for that? Do you want to deal with that? The Jack is much more approachable, and I could see you drinking it a lot more often. So I could see that being a much more willing to drink drink. I get that.
Yeah. When I look at whiskeys, when I'm gonna put them in an order like that, I'm looking at which ones can I sit down and sip daily.
I understand. I could sip daily the Alberta Premium. I don't think my days would be very. I don't think I'd remember them very much, but I could sit and drink that. I like burn, to be honest. It's my own personal thing. I like the burn. I like peppery stuff. I like the ethanol burn to a degree. As soon as it gets painful, that's when I don't like it, and that rode the line, and it kept me awake. I like to feel alive when I drink these, I guess. But yeah, the flavor profile was fantastic on those, and I like the intriguing aspect of where it just kind of kept me going. Like, oh my god, what is this? But was still I could figure it out, unlike the Jack, where it unfortunately disappeared a little early for me. But yeah, Koval. If you can get your hands on Koval, I recommend it. I can't remember the bourbon a whole lot. I did get one of these packs. There is one Koval I did buy a full bottle of, which was an oat whiskey. And I can definitely say that is fantastic, and I wanted to have it on the channel eventually sometime soon, so keep an eye out for that. Outside of that, thank you for joining us. Eric, do you have anything to plug yourself? Social media, TikTok, potatoes, anything? What you got?
No, I don't think I got any recommendations to throw out there right now.
You heard it here. Eric has nothing.
Yeah. Lobotomies?
Lobotomies, yeah.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend lobotomies. They're the newest trend. If you haven't heard of it, that's because you're out of it and you need to get in with it. So get a lobotomy.
I think at least half of the world's population can use it right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thanks for joining us. Honestly, find what's your favorite. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drink up. Stay fit. We're finding it. Drink up. Stay safe. And enjoy.